What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and welcome back to another Market Watch. Today, we're talking about cards you should be buying right now, cards that are underwhelming price that you should be keeping your eye on, and of course, a reminder for my giveaway that's going on a couple videos ago. We're giving away an entire case of the newest set coming out, Justice Hunters, coming out in August, and it's going to be an amazing set. So make sure to go check out that giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe, like, and comment in that earlier video that I made. You'll see it says huge giveaway. Go check it out. You'll definitely not want to miss that. But before we get to today's Market Watch as well, we gotta talk about this. This is a limited edition drop because it was only announced like an hour ago, and 200 pairs worldwide. This is really awesome. If you're a 5Ds fan like myself, I mean, I'm a huge 5Ds guy. I'm definitely picking up one of these. And it's only exclusively available at the Yu-Gi-Oh shop, so go check it out. Now, one thing to note, Konami, Komani is very, funny. They sometimes say 200 pairs and then they increase it, so you really never know with them. But it is really cool nonetheless. I definitely see myself getting one of these, and then probably, if anything, Konami being who they are, Komani probably will take advantage of probably printing all the Signer Dragon shoes. If they had a brain in marketing properly, they would probably do that, because yeah, you would see myself gambling on all these shoes and probably picking them all up. So yeah, let me know what you think about these shoes in the comment section down below. Are they better than the Adidas shoes? Are they better than all the other shoes that came out in the past recent couple of years? Not gonna lie, I kind of like them more than the past few years that we've had shoes, and that's not me being biased towards 5Ds. That's just being realistic, because kind of we're trash, not gonna lie. I mean, I have all the shoes from the past few years just because for collection purposes, but not a fan of them. So I would say this is much more up my alley. So cool, interesting. All right, Blue Eyes White Dragon Ultimate Rare. We've been talking about this card for days. It's now ballooned up over $200, and it looks like it's going to stay here. And the reason I say that is because no matter how many listings get posted under $200, it gets bought out almost immediately. And listen, we have a community that loves Blue Eyes, a community that has grown up with Blue Eyes, right? We don't talk about, new kids joining this game, because we know that there's no new kids joining this game. Most people in this community have come from that nostalgia era of Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's literally Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, all those fun cards, right? And we're seeing the price point match that, right? And things being bought out to match that as well. Now, the OCG one was fantastic. It looked fantastic back in the day. We now have a NA version of this, and it looks gorgeous as well. Now, it's nothing compared to the OCG. OCG definitely is superior, but this is definitely on its way up as to why we're seeing this price tag, because it does have a nice shine to it. It does have a nice texture to it. I am a fan of it, and it's not really holding $200, as we can see. It's really holding $250, and we do have prices selling for around $200 quite recently, right? $245, $224. So it's not to say that this can't hit that price tag and be sold for that, because it is hitting that and selling for that. And we could see this get bought out entirely and not even have listings. There could be that stretch imagination as well, and then a new set of price will be made for this card in general. And listen, it's no major, for example, but can it get to major level? I mean, the sky's the limit for this one, right? We've talked about it. Nostalgia literally hits home with people, and people go kind of crazy. And when things get bought out, things get kind of crazy in price. And we're seeing it here with this one. We've seen it with Major. We've seen it with a lot of just Blue Eyes types of things. Yeah, man, I'm just going to keep my eye on this one. Hopefully you do the same. Hopefully you bought in early and you got in for a good price, because, yeah, this one is only going up. I made a joke, when we first talked about it, about people saying it gets to $80 and even below. I mean, that was a joke in itself, right? We knew this was going to be expensive because of the playability, the collectability, the nostalgia. Like I said, there's a lot of things that go into this card as to why we're seeing the prices being built for this card. I mean, can this go back to maybe like 130? I mean, I'm not really that hopeful, to be honest with you. I just see this one maintaining a price high, and then also just continuously gaining traction moving forward as well. So just keep that all in mind if you're thinking about like trying to invest in a card, especially like this one, and then also thinking that it's going to go down. I just don't see it happening. Sure, will fluctuate the next few days, especially weeks, as more listings appear, but as we've seen with time, as more listings appear, they get bought out almost immediately. So just keep that all in mind as you're moving forward. All right, Assault Synchron, we're talking about this QCR because it has increased in price, and we're seeing that increase in price because of that structure deck coming out next year. It is a 5Ds S Synchron, type of structure deck, so we're seeing Synchrons across the board go up in price. Assault Synchron, Revolution Synchron, Junk Synchron, all these things go in price, especially in the QCR market. And it's no surprise as people are starting to favor QCRs more. Will there be Starlights in the future for these cards? Possibly. Will there be Starlight rares in those structure decks like they did for the Blue Eye structure decks? Maybe. We'll see. But right now, all we know is that Synchrons and Synchros in general are going up in price because of the hype and because of the hope of that the Synchro structure deck is going to be that next meta impacting deck that will overtake the community and by storm, I should say, as we've seen what Blue Eyes has done and past structure decks have done for the game. It's only given a boost and made it meta relevant, so we're hoping for the same there, and I think a lot of people are preparing and gearing up for that same regard as we're starting to see prices really increase towards that structure deck as well. Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon booster box. This one is now halting at a price of a 169, 179. It's staying stagnant around there, but what I will tell you is that it will go up in price over time, right? It will, because there'll be more buyers for this. People will want to have them in the collection. I will say this with the caveat that the 30th anniversary will be coming up very soon, and can they reprint this for the 30th anniversary? I wouldn't put it past Komani. They are a type of company that will feed off that. They will try to do things to make money, and if they can, they will, right? So listen, I don't think it's a smart idea. I don't think they should, but if they do, they probably would, right? Now, one thing to note, if they do, and I hope they take this recommendation into consideration, if you're going to reprint the box again, please this time use the retro pack style of card to print it, because we don't like the current day quality of cards being nostalgia like this. We want the old texture, we want the old card look, the feel, everything about it. Make the card what it was back in the day so we can enjoy it. And that's why retro pack sold so well. It's not because the cards are what it is, because it's Blue Eyes and Time Wizard. It's because of how it looked, and I think that's what caught home with a lot of people, especially from back in the day that open packs and saw those types of old card look and feel, right? So we want that, right? So again, prices don't even matter at that point. We just want open packs to look at the card, to have it. So hopefully if you do give us this one in the 30th anniversary, you do that same regard in the future. But again, I don't think it will happen, but you can always have a little thought in your mind that, hey, Konami might screw me over. So there's a thought to have there as well. All right, we're talking about a lot about nostalgia. We have to talk about past formats as well. Windup Factory, Windup Rat, these types of cards are going up in price because they're getting a lot of play. People are going towards those formats because, well, modern day format is not, calling out to a lot of people. And for those that are playing the format, they are a little bit depressed and also just a little bit tired of the format. And it tends to happen, right? We've talked about this in previous videos. The format gets stale because all you're seeing is that same deck over and over, win, or whether or not win, just played, and you're just tired of versing it. So you go to past formats to enjoy, to get a breath of fresh air. We always talk about it. It's a nice, fresh type of experience, especially for what a lot of people used to enjoy as well, which were these formats. Yeah, we're starting to see prices really go up for a lot of these cards. This only has one printing, so now we are hoping and expecting Konami to start printing some of these cards that only have one printing because they get expensive. However, we don't know. We don't know. Right now, we're only seeing prices skyrocket. Will Windup Rat continue to skyrocket with Windups getting more and more, playability and, people wanting to use this deck in those formats? Sure, yeah. We could see this card continuously go up if there's no reprint. Right now, there's no awareness of a reprint coming for this card. So the prices could just balloon to whatever it is. There's a lot of listings left on the market still, sure, but don't put it past this listing to start decreasing as more of hype get put towards that format. So there's a lot of things to consider with this one. And there's a lot to just start thinking about, especially if you don't think it's going to get reprinted and you want to play the format. You're going to have to a little bit invest in it, and with people investing in it, the prices are going to start raising for these copies. So just be aware of that moving forward. Gaga Cowboy is that same regard. It does have, some playability to this day, but also past format, obviously. The Ultimate Rare Astral Pack seems to do well for itself over time, continuously. It never stops raising a price. Astral Pack, I feel like even commons go kind of crazy in Astral Packs. So, you know, you got to be aware of that moving forward. This was around $30-$40 a few months ago, and now it's at 70, right? And one thing to note is that Astral Pack is not really around, right? It's not really seen anywhere. If you get the Astral Pack, you're not guaranteed to get an Ultimate Rare as well. So, I mean, it's very hard to obtain this card. Listings are getting low, and if you have this card, it will only go up in price, right? Because, again, its stock is not really going to be there. As this gets bought out, the more price point this will head towards, which is probably going to be over $100 at some point in the near future. So, you know, keep that all in mind as you're looking to invest in these types of high rarity cards that, you know, these cards will only go up over time, especially. Rock of the Vanquisher. I mean, Vanquish Soul is getting a lot of popularity, obviously, for a lot of different reasons. And we're seeing here, now it's at $17. It was $5 for this card. $5. I actually covered this on Market Watch saying it was a must pick up at $5. And hopefully you bought it because as we're seeing, the price has skyrocketed, pretty much tripling its value and more. So damn, hopefully you listen to Market Watch. Chaos Angel, we've talked about this card a lot on the channel. Don't get the secret, get the ultimate rare. Why would you spend $30-some for the secret rare when you can spend $36, $38 for the ultimate rare? It makes sense to get this one as an ultimate rare. It wouldn't make sense to get the secret rare. Just saying, because if it gets reprinted, the secret rare would be the first to go down. The ultimate rare wouldn't necessarily go down because this is a high rarity version of the card. So things to think about. Light of Destruction, the booster box. You know, this was at $60, and I told a lot of people to get this at $60 because now it's at $90+ $90+, everybody. So it's nice to see this one going up price, especially if you invested. I told a lot of people, even people in my friend group, buy into this one. It's $60. Why wouldn't you want to buy into this one? And this one is now at 90. So this is great. This is really good to see. Hopefully you bought in early, especially with this nostalgia box. These nostalgia boxes only go up in value. I feel like nostalgia in general, just feel like it just goes up all the time. So that's just a good and way of buying into things, because nostalgia just does well, especially sealed value. So yeah, keep that in mind. Pot of Duality, man, these staple cards. I mean, I say it again and again, you buy into them. Why? Because they're cheap, and you should. $8, $11, they're still cheap, right? They're still worth buying into. Now, can there always be a Starlight Rare version and they, you know, create this into a Starlight Rare? Sure, there can always be that fear, right? But these are cheap QCRs. They're not that much of a risk as well, right? So even if they were to be made to a Starlight Rare, the prices would probably stick towards what this is right now, and probably continue to increase as well. Staples are a good investment to make, especially at a QCR level. We've only seen it done well over time, whether it be Pop Duality, whether it be Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, Infinite Permanence, Forbidden Droplet, Ash Blossom, all these cards that are staple cards. Listen, I know Pop Duality is not played in every deck. I know Pop Duality is not played in most decks, but it's played in certain decks, and those certain decks will buy this card, and this card will increase in price over time. This is one of those cards that could see itself make it more prominent in other decks in the future. This is one of the things to keep in mind as you move forward, especially in the QCR market for this one. Trishula. I mean, it's a cheap QCR. Why wouldn't you want to buy into this one, right? $5, that's a gimme, everybody. That is a gimme. Emergency Teleport is that same regard. We've seen the price skyrocket, dip, and then raise back up in price. I think we're about to see this one raise in price again. It's at $9, $10 right now. Don't sleep on this one, especially. Rescue Rabbit is that same regard. Don't sleep on this one. There is some past format with, you know, Evil Swarms, all these types of decks coming out and talk about Evil Swarm. Check out Infestation Pandemic. It's another card to keep your eye on as you're moving forward, especially with past format play and Evil Swarms. It is a must. Number 50, Black Ship of Corn. Again, this is another past format card. Listen, a lot of these cards, especially from the manga promos, they tend to go up in price, so keep your eye on that one, especially the near mid version. Don't sleep on certain manga promos. They tend to do really well for themselves over time. Artifact Durandal. I mean, this was like a $5-6 card as an ultimate rare. I mean, can we look back at this? $9. This was a cheap ultimate rare. Check this out, everybody. So if you have this laying around, yeah, you got an expensive card now. You got a really expensive card. So hopefully you have this one laying around. If you didn't, you bought it early. And if you don't have it at all, yeah, maybe it's time to buy it, because again, it's another one of those cards where it's low listings. It's a set that is not really around at all. and it will go up over time, just like Gaga Cowboy. Those things are to consider as well. Number 61, Vulcasaurus. I love this card. It only has 2 printings, and I think for past format play, it's one of the best cards in my opinion. Like, I abused players with this card, especially in windups. It was so good. If you read the effect, it's just really devastating in past format play. And then you could, even do some other shenanigans with this card as well. So keep that in mind. So $3, not terrible. Could see itself go up in price as well. We talk about banned cards, right? We talk about banned cards on the channel sometimes because they seem to be a worthwhile investment and things to think about as you move forward into the market, because guess what? They're cheap. They're cheap QCRs, especially where they once were at, right? 30, 60, some dollars at some point, right? They were expensive. They're cheap now because they're banned. They're not available to be played. However, you never know with Konami and Cold Money bringing these back, and guess what? The price will skyrocket. It's at $17 now. Apollosa is what like $5, $6 now. When it was at 30 something dollars, 40 something dollars at some point. So these are things to consider. Overload as well, right? $8, $9. These are QCRs to consider buying into because they're so cheap, and you never know when they might make a reappearance over time, and then this price point will skyrocket, right? It's the highest rarity version of this card. Yes, there is a Starlight Rare version. I believe a Borlo Savage Dragon, for example. I know there's one for Apollosa. I don't know if there's one for the other one, but I will say that these prices are definitely cheap, and you should definitely be keeping your eye on it going up over time as well. Yeah. We talked about this one. I don't know why it's up again. The Black Goat Laughs. Phantom Nightmare. Oh boy, this one needs a reprint bad. This one needs a reprint really bad. I do expect this one to actually make itself reprinted in the tins coming up, but we'll see, right? It's missed it as well. So right now it's a waiting game. Right now it is a waiting game. It only has that one printing. It is a card that is continuously going up in price. So we'll see what Konami is doing, but for sure this one needs a reprint ASAP, because this one has only started steadily increasing again in price. And this one I feel like we've talked about steadily increasing for a long time on this channel. Fossil Dig is a great copy to pick up at a QCR. $10, $11, yeah, that's a gimme. That's a gimme in any market. Vision Hero is another one as well. It's a hero card. These tend to go up in price as well. This one had its moment where it's kind of skyrocketed. It's kind of ballooned down a little bit. And again, there's a lot of cards that have ballooned down, which is good. You pick it up while it's low. You don't pick it up while it's high. So this is a good investment to make as well. But overall, let me know what you think about today's Market Watch. Let me know what you think about these shoes. Are you copping these shoes? I think I am. But let me know what you think again in the comment section down below. All good stuff. Can't wait to see what happens in the market, especially with this card. Will it get to 300? Will it get to 400? We'll see. Time will tell. But all I know is sky's the limit right now, because as soon as this gets placed in listings, it gets sold out in listings. So this will be very interesting to keep our eye on. But thanks again for watching Market Watch. Please like and comment, and make sure to go check out that giveaway. It's a whole case. Why wouldn't you want to enter? Peace out, YouTube.